Good morning, Tahmina Khan is here in TKMaths S1. In today's video, we will solve a question on complex number, which is a part of first syllabus of A-level mathematics, P3. Code is 9709. Paper is June 22, variant 3.1. So question is in front of you. It has three parts. So number one is we have to change this form, fractional form of complex number, into this form, x plus iota y. And we have to express u in terms of a. Later on, we will use this value of a to solve part b. So let's go for part a first. And if you want to try it yourself first, you can put the video on pause. Okay. So now we are applying the conjugate method. To finish iota from the denominator, we apply this method. So conjugate of a plus 2 iota is 1 plus 2 iota is 1 minus 2 iota. You can see here. So now I will multiply numerator with numerator and denominator with denominator. So now here you can recall the concept of denominator mein. If it is a plus b and a minus b, so it is what? A square minus b square. Same concept I am applying here, and here I am multiplying it. And I know iota square equals to minus 1. So this term will become minus 2 minus 1 will be equals to 2, right? Because, 4. Because it will be 4 iota square. Agreed? Okay, so now, and in numerator I will multiply it. And I will get this. Simple multiplication, simple expansion of bracket like you do in basic algebra. Nothing else. After that, I know this term will be without iota because iota square is minus 1. So I will write this term and this term together. The term which is with iota and without iota. So considering it as like terms. So I have written it here. Bracket will come here. Okay, so I have factorized what? This one and this one. You can see here. This part. Alright. And this is becoming 5 because iota square is minus 1. So 4 minus 1 when you will multiply become plus 1 or plus 4. So after that I have to split it in the form which is asked me to convert it into, which was x plus iota y. So this is my real part and this is my imaginary part, but x and y, like this part and this part till here, is real number. Okay, so I've solved part 1. Now let's do part b. In part b, this form of u, which I have explained here in part 1, I have to change it into re iota theta form. Okay, into which form? Re iota theta form. So let's do this, and keeping a value as 3. Alright, and this is a fixed rule which you always have to remember, which helps you to find out the square root in this case. Okay, so now this is the form I have gotten. I am going to put a 3 in it. Alright, and then simple calculation. Let's start. So you can see I have put here 3 in place of a. There are 2 a's. I have substituted the value and I got minus 2 root minus 2. Now when you are writing it into re iota theta form, it is very important to know which quadrant we are talking about. So minus 2 iota is which quadrant? Tell me. Absolutely right. Real is negative, imaginary is negative, so it is in the third quadrant. Agreed? Now I have to find out r. This will be r and this will be theta, which I will be able to calculate, but my answer will be this one, right? Because we always calculate angle between 0 to minus pi and 0 to pi. So if it is in the third and fourth quadrant, we measure angle clockwise and keep it negative. If it is in the first and second quadrant, then we keep it clockwise and anti-clockwise and positive. By the way, here I have just written 3 forms to refresh your memory. 2 form at the moment. And this is what I'm talking about. Okay, tan inverse b over a will give you this angle in this case. Okay, so now let's see here. So first of all, I'm finding out r, which is like modulus of u, and I'm applying this method. Which one? You can see on the right hand side. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, here, this part. and then I will do tan inverse. So it will be pi over 4. So when I'm writing in the form r e iota theta, my r will be 2 and theta will be pi by 4. So why did I write here, don't forget to identify the quadrant for the principal value? Because reason is mostly students write down this as their answer. This is not their answer, because this pi by 4 is actually this value. But when you're writing in this form, you write here, I will call it general angle, from measuring from x-axis, positive x-axis, right? Again repeating, if it is the third and fourth quadrant, it will be this. First and second, it will be this. So now, because it is in the third quadrant, my angle will be minus 3 by 4. Right? I have just explained it to you. You can see here, this is my answer. So I minus it from pi and keep minus sign with that. Or you can do minus bracket pi minus pi by 4. Okay, this is simple calculation. You can do it yourself. So this is how I got the form RE iota theta. Now I have to find out the square root of it. Now this is the little challenging part for some students. So to find the square root of it, what will I do? Like first of all, I will write square root of this, what we are finding out. And root 2, I will keep it in the exact form. It will remain root 2. But radical sign, when it changes into index form, it becomes power half. Right? So you have to show all these steps. You will not assume that examiner will understand automatically. You have to express your thought process very clearly on the paper. So now I will multiply 3 pi by 4 by 1 over 2. So it will become 3 pi by 8. Now here the problem students facing mostly is they cannot identify with the help of this which quadrant you are in, because they're so much used to of using degree method, degrees. So you can do very easily one thing, rather I have done here for you. You know pi is equals to 180 degree. You know that, right? So 3 multiplied by 180 divided by 8 you can do in the calculator to figure out which quadrant this angle is in. Okay, so it is equals to minus 67.4 because I have a minus sign here. So basically this is 67.5, but because minus sign is along, it means I will go from x-axis clockwise and it will be in the fourth quadrant. So if it is in the fourth quadrant, then this will be my this will be my one answer, this one, right? Because we go from here, and I told you in the previous video, I don't know you have seen it or not, once again I'm repeating, square roots of exponential form, when you're finding out, even for the rectangular form, they are on the straight line, right? And we can say these endpoints are the square roots and they are the diameter of a circle. This is due to the property of the circle and property of the geometrical property of the complex number, and it is related to Argand diagram, by the way. So if my one answer, which I know is here, right, in the fourth quadrant, and radius will be same because the magnitude of the square root will remain same, minus 2. The only concern is how to find out this angle. So because this angle will be 3 pi by 8, right? Alternate angle it is called. So I will do pi minus 3 pi by 8 and I will get 5 pi by 8. So this is how I will get my second square root angle. Okay. So this is how you will find out your two square roots. So in short, I can say when you do these steps, which one? These one, then the other square root will only have different angle. How will you find out that angle? Simply add pi in it, and that's all. And you will automatically get. What I have done here is just to explain it to you, the reason, the logic behind it. Okay. So thank you very much for watching. Please press like and subscribe button and share it with